What's up guys, welcome back to another Destiny 2 exotic armor review video. Obviously there has been a lot of things coming in Warmind, plus some upcoming updates that will allow different exotic armor pieces to have some different stuff. But I did want to go over one of the Warmind exotics that actually came in because I found it pretty interesting, and it's an original Destiny 1 exotic. It is the Claws of Ahamkara. Now this is a Warlock exotic gauntlet, so how to obtain, considering that it isn't an exotic tied to a quest, it's essentially a random drop from either like an exotic engram, or you could potentially get it from Xur if he decides to bring it that week, or maybe through the faded engram if you don't have it yet. Basically, that'll give you an exotic that you don't have, so if you don't have it, then by definition, you should be able to get it. Let's go over its perk. It's called the Whispers. Gain an additional melee charge. You know, pretty basic perk, but I do want to go over a summary of the perks. So Whispers, obviously, having an extra melee charge as a Warlock is going to be great no matter what the situation is, whether you're deep in a PvE activity and need an extra melee to get your health back as a Voidwalker, or if you're a Dawnblade, like you get that extra melee for a Solar Explosion. Like in PvP, it'd be good to have like an extra long melee charge as a Stormcaller, because I know you can do like the you can hit people from farther away, essentially. Either way, I believe that having 2 melees would be good for any class or subclass. I know that you can get 2 melees for the Hunter, so like by definition, if you have 2 melees, you should be like maybe a little more well off depending on what build you're using. Alright, PvE wise, I actually have some footage of these exotic gauntlets, and I can safely say it can be super effective with certain builds. Since Void Singe was on Heroic Strikes for the week that I did it, I thought I'd test out the Attunement of Chaos with the Voidwalker. Essentially, when you get a charged melee hit, it recharges your grenade, so having 2 melee attacks means more grenades. Technically, right? You can charge up more grenades as well. Considering that you can also charge your grenades to have more damage with the Chaos Accelerant perk, it allows for great ad control with the Bloom Explosion effect. Well, so whenever you get a kill, there's also a Void Explosion as well. So it kind of works out. And the cool thing is you don't have to get a melee kill, you just need to get a melee hit, and it'll take that energy away and you can get the grenades. So the build that I use, it was really good in my opinion. Like, as you can tell, like from the clips, I'm obviously going to put some clips in here, like it worked so well, especially for, I'm pretty sure that day it was like the Grenadier where your grenades did more damage too, so like you could clear out ads very quickly with this build. Alright, PvP wise, in the Crucible, these aren't as good as I thought they'd be. In Destiny 1, people would use these with the Stormcaller to have 2 melees with the extended melee range, which was completely overpowered considering you could like 2-tap melee now, like in Destiny 1 instead of the 3-tap melee in Destiny 2. So that's what I try to use in the Crucible. In my opinion, that build didn't work, but I don't think it really mattered what build I would use. In my opinion, it's not as viable as other exotics. Like, yes, you get 2 melees, which can be good for certain situations, but it's not as good or as viable as like maybe the Ophidian Aspect or the Transversive Steps. Like, I know those are 2 things people really like to use inside of PvP, especially on the Warlocks. So I just don't think this thing has as much viability as those other things. Like, yes, having 2 melee charges is good depending on what you're doing. Like, if you have double burn, like you can burn somebody and maybe able to drop somebody, but still, personally, like it wasn't for me. But it's definitely meant to be used with more aggressive builds, in my opinion, especially if you want to utilize your melee abilities more often. Finally, my ranking is a 7 out of 10. Overall, I believe it's better for PvE than PvP. It's not like it's horrible to use in the Crucible, but obviously there are more viable and better options to use. If you want to try it out, I highly recommend it, but don't go in thinking you're about to be completely OP like you were in Destiny 1, because I remember people would rock the Claws of Ahamkara on the Stormcaller, and you could get a one-hit melee from like a half-mile away. So it was kind of a little ridiculous, but still, if you want to try it out, I highly recommend going for it. It's clearly not the meta, and if you do well with it, awesome. Alright guys, that's my review over the Claws of Ahamkara exotic gauntlets for the Warlock. If you want to know how to support me, there'll be a link below. It's the best way to support me. It'll take you to a 4-minute video. It's not Patreon or anything like that, so if you want to check that out, that'd be greatly appreciated. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, turn the notification bell, next subscribe if you mean notify when I drop some new content on the channel, and then comment what y'all want to see below. I'm making content for y'all, so whatever you want to see, I will try to get it out there. Literally, just comment what you want to see, and I'll try to get it out there. Like, it's what you guys want. So I'll just keep popping out reviews, and if you want more reviews, awesome, but if you want other information, I can do that as well. Also, the Discord link is below. There's no requirements. You don't have to be part of the clan. You don't have to subscribe to the channel to be part of the Discord. We have some chats going about about Destiny 2 Forsaken, the Division, Anthem, some new upcoming games, and obviously we have some voice chats going on right now. We actually do it for like raids and nightfalls and stuff like that. So if you want to join, and if you just want to talk to me or maybe ask some questions, like that would probably be the best way to reach out to me. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.